Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Avery Henningsen, and I am joined by Caden Crenoweth here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Husson will be taking on conference rivals Thomas College under the lights in a non-conference matchup. Caden, how do these two teams match up?
They match up really well. We got a great defensive team in Husson and then a great offensive team in Thomas College. Should be a matchup. Should determine a lot. We should see these two teams later on in the late November, late October. When do playoffs start, actually?
Into that late October time.
Late October.
Two teams, two of the better. Last year, Husson versus Thomas in the NAC East Championship. Husson coming away with the win in that one. Thomas, during that same playoff run, having the very exciting overtime penalty shootout victory over the University of Maine at Farmington. These two teams, a lot of history out there. Husson and Thomas, rivals in pretty much any sport, any gender out there. The Eagles all-time 32, 29, and 2 versus Thomas. So it's been a pretty even one out there over the years. Eagles currently on a 3-game win streak during this Coach Gavin Penny tenure. I believe those 3 games all coming as part of that class of 2021 that came in, or the class of 2025, per se. 2021 being the year. These two teams going to have a fun matchup out there tonight. Caden, drizzle coming down under the light.
I'm so excited. I wish we had a camera in front of our faces. Everybody could see how big my smile is right now. It should be fun. Thomas retained 4 of their top 5 goal contributors in Joseph, Smith, Naheem, and Woodrow. Joseph being the big name there, averaging a goal per game so far. It should be interesting with Husson's experienced back line, especially the man in between the posts, Alec Dretsteiner, Pedro Molina. I think Dubahal getting a start back there again, the man from Portugal, really proving himself as of late.
And we're about to get underway here. We'll be handing it over to PA and Joseph Swanson for the national anthem starters and a moment of silence. Husson midfielder Kiko Sanchez losing good friends in a train accident recently. Another player losing a grandmother as well. These two teams will observe great lives out there on the field. For what you want to start a game off with, but always want to honor our loved ones out there. The Eagles playing for a little bit of something special out there tonight.
It always feels like a bit extra when you are playing for someone specifically, playing for the remembered.
And we'll hand this over to Joseph Swanson.
Welcome to Boucher Field for tonight's game featuring the Terriers of Thomas College taking on your Eagles of Huston University. The NCAA North Atlantic Conference and Huston University promote good sportsmanship by the student athletes, coaches, and spectators at tonight's contest. Request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, or sexist comments, or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from Boucher Field. Prior to starting lineups, we'd like to take a moment of silence in recognition of several of the men's soccer players who have lost family and friends over this past week. Our thoughts with Huston University are with these players tonight. Thank you. And now let's meet the starting lineups for tonight's contest. First for the visiting Terriers. In goal, a junior, number 99, Matt Goslin. A sophomore defender, number 2, Logan Rockwood. A freshman midfielder, number 4, Jamie Fonseca. A sophomore defender, number 6, Isaac Granstrom. A sophomore midfielder, number 8, Mickey Woodrow. A junior forward, number 10, Joshua Joseph. A graduate student forward, number 11, Hunter Smith. A senior midfielder, number 18, Mustafa Nagum. A first-year midfielder, number 22, Daoud Abid. A freshman defender, number 23, Craig Coventry. And a sophomore defender, number 26, Cole Washburn. Thomas is under the direction of head coach Kyle Fletcher. And now let's meet the starting lineup for your Husson University Eagles. A senior from Concord, New Hampshire, number 6, Mosi Masimango. In goal, a junior from Lucerne, Switzerland, number 1, Alex Rechsteiner. A junior from Los Rozas, Spain, number 4, Pedro Molina. A junior from Madrid, Spain, number 9, Mario Alvarez. A freshman from Madrid, Spain, number 15, Hugo Jopez. A junior from Huelva, Spain, number 17, Domingo Infante. A sophomore from Caracas, Venezuela, number 21, Carlos Echevers. A sophomore from Caracas, Venezuela, number 22, Miguel Morales. A freshman from Bogota, Colombia, number 23, Alejandro Castellanos. A freshman from Porto, Portugal, number 27, Miguel Dubajal. And a junior from Frankfurt, Switzerland, number 30, Florian Gasser. The Eagles are coached by Gavin Penny, and he's assisted by Matt Goodman and Mitch Matsugemba. There will be no national anthem.
And back here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network, these two teams are just about to get underway. Eagles will be sporting pretty much the same lineup they've been running here for the last couple weeks. Ben Shumway played minutes in their last game, but will not be starting this one. One of the graduate student excellent defenders for the Eagles. We'll see if he gets some minutes in later in this one. Parted with injury a few weeks ago and has since then been kind of eased back in to play. Thomas, they are coming off a 5-0 victory over UMaine Presque Isle, their first on the season. Losing to Colby College last Tuesday. The Eagles are coming off one they're going to want to put behind them. They're losing to number 6 ranked Bowdoin College. That's a good team to play in a matchup. You can learn a lot from those types of games. Doesn't feel that great though. You get blown out 6-0 away. Have to make that bus ride back up to Husson. The Eagles are going to come in hungry in this one. A non-conference matchup tonight against Thomas, who obviously is one of the Eagles' main conference rivals. Just trying to get in. I think the NAC starting something a little bit new this year, trying to get in some more conference kind of opponents out there for them rather than playing all these out-of-conference matchups where they have to travel all over the place. Choosing instead to play some more conference ones, get some more games in out there.
Both these teams are pretty even. The only really advantage here is Husson's got more experience. A lot more experience, a lot more chemistry. I mean, I'm pretty sure Thomas, if I read the sheet right, only had 3 seniors / grad students, where Husson's got about 8 or 7.
The Eagles will start moving right to left with the ball. Gray uniforms, this one will be sent out to Morales on the left side. Thomas will be all in black. This one cleared up the middle. The Eagles will be in for a fight in this one. Thomas, a very strong team up and down the field. Very young team, like you said. Morales with this one out on the left. Showing some footwork out there. Will drop this off to Gasser into the middle, but cleared away by Thomas. This will be Joseph with the ball now. Player to watch for this Eagles defense. Joseph, very, very, very fast out there on the field. Would be surprised if he was a track star back in high school. This one taken away by Thomas, as they will have the ball in the middle here. It'll be called for a foul. And Infante will take this one short to Masamango, who's going to send this one back out wide to the far side here. Yuba Hall has it and sends it back to Infante. The Eagles right now having strong possession, but remember seeing in the playoffs, Joseph can break a game open in an instant. One missed pass is really all it takes out there. Joseph averaged a goal per game last season. This one taken up the middle by Jopez. Has been a strong striker. This one sent middle. Will bounce out wide, taken away by Thomas. Jopez putting a strong performance on for the Eagles as of late, though, up top.
I mean, as we said, Husson's got the advantage when it comes to class breakdown. But if you think about it, Husson's got 3 freshmen out there right now. So as experienced as they are, Husson got talented freshmen out there.
This one taken middle out wide. Stianos will send this one back to Alvarez, trying to take a shot off of a defender. Fight for it in the middle. There'll be a whistle. This one's going to be over the top anyways. We'll see who the foul's on. It will be Eagles possession here, about 10 yards outside of the 18. Referee explaining himself out there to the Thomas players. Alvarez will take it here. Has the ability to put this one on goal if he wishes, or try to send one over the top. Seen him score a couple free kick goals on the season already.
Been a set piece beacon.
Gonna chip this one over the top. Couple players there. Masamango gets a head or a foot on it. Not quite cleanly. Will bounce its way out to Gasser. Gasser sending one back in. Eagles get some bodies on it. This one going to be saved out there on the wing. This is Matthew Goslin in net. And we saw Nielsen, the other goalkeeper for Thomas, last year's playoffs. Nielsen hasn't played on the season yet. This one sent up to Jopez. Working his way around. He's going to send one across. Then one home for the Eagles. Alvarez gets on the second one. Has to get a good shot on it. Morales will take a shot. Couldn't quite get his head down. This one will be over the top of everything.
The Eagles seem to be a little shot happy going into this game. Could be a game plan. Just get the shots on net. Try to make the goalkeeper work.
Nielsen, the last couple seasons, has been the starter for this Thomas team. Very excellent in goal. Not starting here tonight. Potentially Thomas missing their #1 goalkeeper out there. The Eagles looking to get one on the board early.
Another idea could be shoot at will, try to hit the goalkeeper in his hands. It's wet out there. Been raining all day here in Bangor. Slight drizzle right now. It's going to be hard for the goalkeeper to keep his mitts on it. Goalkeepers have to play a lot different in the rain.
Last couple games, the Eagles have outshot Thomas quite strongly in that playoff one at 29-6. This one sent up top, can bounce off a couple players. LB Smith getting on the end of it, or Coventry that is, on the end of it eventually. This one sent up towards the wing. Morales will turn inside with it. Send this one up top. Plenty of time here for Fonseca, freshman defender. Played a lot every minute of every game that he's started in so far. This one taken by Husson here in the midfield. The Eagles outshot Thomas in that playoff matchup 29-6. Thomas getting a goal from Labrie. The Eagles one from, now since gone, Ryderson, as well as Morales, who's out here on this left wing. Might get the ball right here. He does. Perfect commentator timing. The final goal scorer and the game winner in that one. Putting some moves on, goes through, goes down. No call on that one as Morales went down just inside of the box here. Eagles looking to put this one back in. That's Castellanos out on the far wing. By Dubahal over to Echeverst. Duhal's going to send this one back to Infante. The other matchup the Eagles had with Thomas last season, early on, right around the same time as now. They outshot Thomas 21-1 in that one and shut them out. This Eagles defense has done well against Thomas. I don't believe Joseph played in that first game, though, on the season. I seem to remember, I might be mixing up names out here, but I seem to remember that was a topic of interest up here in the booth. And Morales cutting back inside, tries to fit one in to Alvarez. Won't get there. Infante will take it. Eagles back line has been working well of late. Infante in that middle position. Dubahal has stepped up big during Shumway's absence out there. Echeverst will take a shot off the goalkeeper's mitts. That's what you talked about, Caden. Just that kind of slick, wet out there. That's kind of this weird little mist drizzle. Perfect weather for the guys out on the field. But goalkeeper's kind of worst nightmare. It's hard to keep those gloves dry. You'd love for them to be, they put a lot of sticky stuff on there. They love to keep those gloves sticky. They can keep the hand right in front of it. But in this kind of weather, it can be difficult.
And it really is. You see it across every level, no matter what. You see a lot of people, a lot of those people richer than us who have stadiums trying to build domes around it, retractable roofs.
Echeverst sending a ball across. This one's going to be taken away by Thomas, though. That's Cole Washburn out on defense. Heard 11 of 18 games a season ago. Started in half the games now for Thomas this season. Najim goes down. Najim, a talented midfielder for this team in the middle, led them in assists, but in yellow cards as well. Someone who can get physical out in the midfield, but also an excellent passer. Fonseca slides in, takes that one away. This one passed out wide. The Hunter Smith out there. I remember he used to be a forward for this team, pushed back to more of a left back position. Actually trying to get him involved up the wing. Smith's put a couple on goal, had 6 goals last season for this team, one of their leading goal scorers.
They must be really confident in their attacking play to be able to move someone of his caliber back there to man the defense.
Daoud Hobby just had a touch on the ball right there, has been kind of moved up into that offensive position. I think Smith probably manned last year. That was Grandstrom who had a touch on the ball right there. One of Thomas's best defenders out there, plays similar position to Masamongo in that defensive midfield for the Eagles. This one passed up to Gasser. He'll stop this one off of a Thomas defender. Morales looking to work his way up the field. He will. That's that ability to just kind of turn it on. Jopez trying to make his way past Fonseca. There'll be no foul called on that one. Jopez talking to the referee. See him holding out his shirt. He thinks he got grabbed. Gasser slides in there. This one bounces back to Jopez. There's the foul call he wanted.
The referee has heard an earful so far. Every foul he makes gets talking to from the players. Every time he doesn't make a call, Same thing. He's going to be in for a long night. I mean, we're only 10 minutes in.
The life of referee is never an easy one, and those guys are brave to go back out there. Now, Maine struggled with kind of a referee shortage in the last few years. Part of that's the reason not a lot of people like to just kind of get yelled at for an hour and a half.
And what's sad about it, too, is you get those Facebook complaints all the time.
Alvarez will put this one on, but just wide of the goal. That was the right height on that one. Probably 3 or 4 feet left of that near post.
We got parents making Facebook posts about their 6-year-old games being terribly refereed. I mean, it's an abusive job, but can't have a game without them.
Goslin will send up the team, looking to try to send this one up the field. Grandstrom will get toe on it. Finding Joseph versus Dubahall here. Good defense, but the foul called on that one. Dubahall getting a little too physical. I think he was doing a good job of kind of getting on the ball, but just not quite managing to get enough of it out there.
You saw him when he first initiated contact. I think that was with Joseph out there. Put his arm up to show that he wasn't really touching him, just trying to grab the ball. But as soon as nothing was called, he put that arm down. That's what led to it.
This one will be passed back to Rechsteiner. Dangerous pass, but a good ball up the line from him. Fonseca comes in, clears this, but Molina making one of those runs. Gets the call from Penny to send it up there. He's moving up the middle. Gasser will send a pass to him. Still has it. Will lose it, though, and the Eagles missing a key defender out there, but cleared out wide. You can see that one. Eagles definitely practiced that one.
I love Masamango's awareness there. He was off camera, but playing that defensive mid, dropped back as soon as Pedro Molina started to get a little aggressive with it. Great awareness from the captain.
Morales as well. The Eagles seem to have that play pretty dialed. Molina, Coach Penny sees that opportunity. Molina doesn't usually go up on his own, but as soon as he gets that A-OK, you'll see him just kind of streaking up this near sideline. This one, a chance to send one over. A couple players slide. We'll see who it's off. It'll be a Husson corner kick.
The give and goes have been really pretty from Huston so far. Something to keep an eye on throughout this entire game as they work around this Thomas defense.
And it will be Alvarez to take this one. Saw him bend one in at the opposite end of the field a couple weeks ago. Eagles doing that same corner kick. Put players right in the box. This one sent just high.
I thought he had another one from the first look at it from my angle. It looked really good.
The Eagles looking on that one to they got about 6 guys right in the goalkeeper's face. He can't see anything. He's got other guys who are just more distracted, trying to keep those guys off of him than seeing where the ball is. That play is to just get either one bent into the goalpost, like we saw a couple weeks ago, or just get one right into that little scrum, kick it around. Either it bounces out, a step there from Masamango, but either it bounces out or potentially bounces right to a player.
And there's some guys in there whose jobs are just to be a nuisance to the goalkeeper. Like there is they put 6 guys in there. There's going to be 2 guys in there whose job is to just be that nuisance, be that worm, get in there, be annoying, little rock in the shoe type player.
And Echeverse here with a chance to send one across. Will slow it down, take a shot. Goalkeeper gets the second rebound, though. Gasser was right there. This one sent sky high. Might have a former baseball player out here. As Dubahall in a battle here with Joseph. He'll lose that one, but will be called for the foul eventually. Both players pushing and shoving out there. I don't think he needed to make that foul. Masamango had recovered, had his back out there.
Goslin has kept the ball in front of him so far, but a lot of slippery mistakes with the ball being wet, turf being wet. Hasn't had full control of it, hasn't burned him yet.
Eagles looking to hold Thomas at the 18. Player goes down in the box here. This will be off of Morales, out for a Thomas corner kick here. chance for them to send up some of those defenders. You see Smith moving up the field. Over 6 feet tall. Offensive player who's been playing defense lately for this team. It goes towards him. Najim gets on it. Rechsteiner in there will make the diving play. That one was on target as Najim got in front of Smith and Molina. Managed to get a good header on that. And Echeverse and Castellanos playing tic-tac-toe out there. Echeverse finds Gasser out there. Gasser working his way all around the field. Seems to be kind of just an offensive player given the chance to just run where there's space out there. Molina finds Morales. Morales finding Jopez. Jopez is going to cut this one back. Try to send one across towards Alvarez. There was an idea there. Taken away by Thomas. Molina turning back will send this all the way back towards Rechsteiner. No one around him. He'll make a good pass out towards Dubahal. Rechsteiner, I think we say this every game, but he's almost like another defender out there for the Eagles. He's very aggressive out there, almost like great Manuel Neuer. We're in the Bundesliga. This one sent up towards Jopez.
He gives you a heart attack, but you got to love it. Being able to play back to your goalkeeper, as he can see the entire field from back there. Having basically your 11th man being able, before, recently, playing it back to your goalkeeper was a death trap.
He makes some plays out there that even he'll admit a little bit risky. But he's also very excellent with it. Ball at his feet. Now I've played with him outside of kind of Husson soccer, kind of pick up indoor during the winter, and he's almost usually plays in the field for us. Very strong player with the ball at his feet. Great job by Molina there to clear that one, but right back out to a Thomas player who's going to get a low bouncing shot. Go off of Molina, back out to Najim. Najim will find Hobby in the middle, but offsides call there. And the Eagles will send this one up the line. Castellanos wide open. The Eagles seem to have these wings right now, Caden.
Yeah, they're doing a great job using them too. We saw this the last time they were at home. They had Morales, Castellanos on the wing. Just weren't utilizing like we thought they would. But right now, looking to him often.
Molina tries to send one up towards Gasser, just a little bit too far for him. And 3 or 4 foot slide there from Castellanos out on the wing. There's that slick ground out there. Almost like a slip and slide out there for these guys. This one taken away by Thomas. Good job by Dubahal stepping to that.
That was timed perfectly by Castellanos. He slid from a long ways out. Looked like a baseball player going into second.
Referee allows some advantage here. Dubahal will get there and stop that one down. Referee allowing these two teams to play right now. It's been a few plays already. Kind of those borderline foul calls out there.
End of the game, number 14, Yulin Zeidovert.
We got Zeidovert entering the game for Najim out there. And here we go as Rechsteiner's going to take this one. He has the ability to pick that up if he needs to. We'll find Morales out on the wing. Eagles doing a good job still. Kind of pushing these sidelines, spreading this Thomas team out. They seem to like to keep that midfield together.
Normally Gatzer and Lopez are really playing close together. They're really spread out, basically just double layering those wings right now.
There goes Grandstrom, smashing his way around there. Molina steps too far. Thomas with some room. This one sent up. Retzsteiner there to clear it for the Eagles. Alvarez pressure on his back foot there. Saw Grandstrom just kind of come in, knock a few people flying. Just from what I'm looking at here, my general knowledge, I'd say it's Thomas team running kind of a 4-2-1, 4-1-2-1-2 out there. Grandstrom really playing that in the defense. You could almost call it a 4-4-2 as well. They really have kind of 4 center midfielders and not really any guys out on the wings. It's really the left and right back's job to kind of push the field up for them. The Eagles running more of a 3-5-2 out there. That being 3 defenders, 3 central midfielders, and the 2 wingers out wide, along with the 2 up top in Gasser and Jopez, meant to just kind of push that back line of defense out there.
Which I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, is 2 different forms of Italian tactics. I think AC Milan, where Christian Pulisic is right now, is more of what Thomas is running. And then I think it's Byron, which I know is Germany, but Byron and Napoli, I'm pretty sure, run what Huston's running.
A good formation if you are strong defensively out there. Defense, a lot of pressure put on their shoulders. Only 3 of them. You can see here, Molina almost losing it. Those are the types of plays. You don't have anybody back. If he loses that ball, Joseph has a free run at the goal.
Joseph might have a free run on the goal right now if he's onside.
He'll take just 1 too many touches there. Molina will send this one up wide to Dubahal. Plenty of room in front of him. These 2 teams, different. Talked about the formations. The Eagles like to play it out wide, as Thomas likes to kind of keep it in the middle of the field. This one passed up to Morales. Morales is going to try to chip one to Gasser. Back to Masamongo. Masamongo, not usually the offensive guy, will take a shot just off wide. Bounces to Jopez, and he'll take a shot too high. At a player at his feet. Picked up his head, and that one went over the top.
Surprised we're seeing a lot of over the net shots right now, especially with this turf, along with the rain. That is starting to pick up a little bit. Surprised not to see it go low. Try to make this goalkeeper work, keeping the ball in front of him, not bobbling it.
Oh, and Poulin entering the game for Thomas. So Mongo gets a toe on that one. The Eagles yet to make a substitution in this one. Not that surprising. Usually keep the starters out there for a while. This one sent over the top. Infante there, though, to clear this one out. That one gets kept in bounds by Castellanos. Eagles could have potentially, rather that one stayed out. They'll take this one away. Masamongo getting a hold of it now. Molina with room in front of him. See if he gets the go from Coach Penny. Morales making some moves. Going to get past a couple guys. Going to have a chance to send this one over. Saved by the goalkeeper. Nice job by him to get a second toe on that one. It was a dangerous ball across the middle of the field there from Morales.
Gosselin is pretty experienced. I'm pretty sure he was on one of those Lewiston teams that went pretty far. Probably won the whole thing knowing them.
Pretty safe guess, I think, with a lot of them. As Retzsteiner, way out of the goal, gets in front. There's a foul call. Referee calling Retzsteiner over. That one sent wide. Retzsteiner 5 or 6 yards out of his box. Forced to make the foul, I believe, on Joseph, who had the ball at his feet. No one in goal, no one in the box, I don't think, for the Eagles.
Thomas screaming for a red card. I didn't really see it. Could be biased. I mean, this is the Husson Eagles Sports Network, but it wasn't even a card in the referee's eyes. So I'm going to guess I'm right on that.
Molina trying to get the counterattack going, catch this team. Still kind of arguing that call. Jopez will lose the ball in the middle. He'll call for a foul call. That's one that I think if you're the referee, you can't go right back and make that foul call at the opposite end. They'll let these two teams probably play for a minute before getting back out there. Masamongo trying to send one back up to Jopez. That was one of those dangerous plays, though, that Retzsteiner's kind of known for. Had to come way out. Eagles defense caught off guard. Nice job there from Alvarez, just getting a toe to it. The Eagles defense kind of caught off guard. Dangerous ball. Could have been a prime goal scoring opportunity. Retzsteiner.
Chippy out here.
Masamongo coming in to push his teammates out of there.
This isn't even their conference game.
Referee will stop this one. Talk to both players, I think. I know the Eagles had this head referee before. I remember him doing a good job out there. He really likes to do what he's doing right now, which is he nips a lot of problems kind of in the bud before they start by bringing players over, explaining what his call was. A lot of guys will pretty much argue anything out there. He does a good job of just coming back out there, telling both teams, this is what I saw, this is what I'm going to call kind of thing.
But you got to love from referees. Sometimes you'll get those referees that are a little bit power hungry. Just call whatever, not explain it to you.
This one's sent middle. I love a referee who will explain stuff, let teams play. If it starts continuing getting chippy, if there's kind of battles building, that's when they start to card. They're not going to card for just kind of little fouls in the middle of the field. They're going to start carding for those ones that are building. Whoever these two, the Husson and the Thomas player out there, were just having that conversation. If that continues, that's when he starts pulling out the bookings out there.
Rain is starting to build up on that turf. You can see the water coming up on those hard passes, and players start to run.
That one's going to be sent out. Jopez being forced to pause for just a second. That half second put Castellanos offsides. And there will be a foul called there on the Terriers. This one passed back to Infante. Infante finds Alvarez. Alvarez up to Echeverse. Little tip back there from Gasser. Sneaky footwork. Those are the types of creativity that can lead to goals sometimes. Dubahal doing a good job taking that one away. There'll be a foul out there on Thomas. This one's going to be sent up the line to Castellanos. This one passed out wide for Morales. He's going to get a toe on it, sending it back into the box. Goslin there to get it. And this one, Castellanos keeping it inbounds. Echeverse with it now in the middle. Has Molina trying to streak his way up there. Had space in front of him. Eagles choosing to make the short pass instead. And Alvarez putting a shot on goal, saved by the goalkeeper. And this one will find its way in as Gasser will get on the end of it and score one off the crossbar for the Eagles.
Goalie mistake, miscommunication, great pressure. Gasser and Lopez doing a great job pressuring the defender as soon as he got it. Gasser doing a great job chipping the goalie, keeping it right under the bar. Husson will lead this one.
And Gasser here has really stepped up big, I think, for the Eagles this season. Eagles losing Arnie Hreiderson in this past offseason, one of their best offensive players out there. One of their leading goal scorers. Gasser's been kind of more of an attacking midfielder last season and the season before that, but now pushed up into that kind of striker role, has done a good job pushing this offense forward and has had a lot of key goal scoring opportunities out there. This one, counterattack. Lena putting some arms in. This one going to be saved by Retzsteiner. Chooses not to pick it up. Referee allowing some hand shoving out there on the wing.
I like that from the referee, though. Both players giving it to each other. Didn't escalate too much. Both players keeping it the same amount of pushing and shoving. Referee's going to let it play on, especially in a rivalry game.
I think good refereeing can be done that if they're kind of small fouls that are more just two teams being aggressive rather than something that trying to hurt another player, that's something that gets called right away. Or if it's something that's just straight up too physical of a play out there. This, of course, is the football played by the rest of the world, not American football out there. Can't be a linebacker out on the field. Castellanos putting some moves on, finds Echeverse. Back to Castellanos, trying to make a move around. He's going to turn inside. They're going to fit one back to Gasser. Castellanos will get a shot. That one blocked, I think, by Gasser, who was just wrong spot, wrong time. Morales is going to send this one all the way back. Fonte will get on the end of it. We'll go back to Retzsteiner now. This one sent middle off of a Thomas, or Husson player, that is.
Substitutions into the game for Thomas. Number 16, Carter Pelletier, and number 17, Harry Clough.
And Joseph will exit, as well as Coventry. Both the players started up near in the offensive side of the ball. Going to get some fresh legs out there. This one going to be sent out wide by Thomas, though. Eagles will have Morales come all the way back and take this one. Sending it back, wanting to keep some players in there to pass to. So back to Morales. He's going to find Gasser. Tries to get a little heel ball. This one finds its way to Etchverse and Alvarez in the middle. Finding Morales, gets on the end of it. Makes a little move, gets knocked down. Alvarez out to Gasser on the wing. Nice pass to Jopez. Works his way past the defender. Fonseca recovers and will clear this one up the line. Molina will step to it. He'll keep it in play. Still trying to go up the sideline. See who it's off of. And this one will go Thomas's way. Like the sideline judge and the head referee deferring opinions out there. I think the head referee had a little bit better angle on it, though. Thomas bench kind of crept in on the sideline. Some techers down there from Coach Penny on the sideline. Morales will find Alvarez. Some good passing here. Alvarez stays down, though. So Mongo keeps it in Husson favor. They're going to send this one back to the defense. Molina trying to send this one all the way across. Too high for Dubois. And an idea trying to send that one across. Switch, catch Thomas off guard. It's a little too strong of a pass out there. Mongo cuts it back. Nice split of footwork out there. Had two players on his back. Eagles running room in front of him here. Castellanos chooses to slow it down, let that central midfield move their way back up the field. Lopez working against Grandstrom. He'll send it out to Alvarez. Finds Morales. Morales with running room in front of him. He'll get it to Gasser. Gasser's going to try to send this one in. Not sure if that was a shot attempt or just trying to fit something into the back post. Lopez will slow this one down. And Infante back to Mongo. This one out wide to Morales. Morales communication out there. Morales thinking Gasser going inside. Gasser went outside. But a chance there for the Eagles. Player running up on this near sideline. No one sees him. Danger averted by Molina. Will slow it down. And this one sent up top, but saved by Husson on defense. It's Cole Washburn, the right back, who's being told to kind of move way up the field here. Maybe something Terriers coaching staff has seen in this Husson defense. It's an area they can attack out there. Fonte will find Jopez. Jopez hand fighting will go down. Foul will be called. It'll be Husson ball. And it will be Eagles ball here, a few yards in front of midfield. Eagles taking their time on this one. No substitutions yet.
Just quite the normal for Gavin Penny. Letting the starters work it out themselves out there until they're needed. The bench, that is.
And Morales will get tripped up there, just off the left corner of the box here. Kind of a tight angle for Alvarez, but one you could kind of bend that into that near post upper corner. And could also fit one to the back post. Difficult one for a goalkeeper. You got to watch those guys on the back post. And Gasser and Alvarez have the ability to send this one in. Conferring out there. Looks like this one's going to be sent in. Alvarez, the lefty. Probably not putting this shot on. He's going to send this one hard. Awesome. Mongo almost gets on the end of it. Same with Molina. The idea on that one was to just send it hard and fast. Try to catch Thomas off guard. Usually see kind of more of a looping ball in. Try to get it up high. That one sent in low. The Eagles are going to shut down this short option. This one sent up to Castellanos on the wing. Makes a little move, sends the streaking player right past him. Lopez room in front of him, has players on his left and right. Castellanos will cut it back, send a ball over, shot, just missing Gasser on that one.
That's what I like to see, though. Keep those balls low. Both these goalkeepers are going to struggle with it with the ball being so wet tonight. Crash the net, shoot low.
Gasser getting there just a half second too soon. Echeverse with it will send it out to Morales. And it's Wayland connection out there. Two both coming in, same class. Mongo doing a good job staying in front of that. Fonte will send this back to Retzsteiner, who's just going to send this out wide to Molina, but too short of a pass. Dudevart gets kind of a half touch on it. That will be a foul call on that one. Molina puts 2 hands in his back. It's Carter Pelletier who went down on that one. Alvarez might want to back up from this one. Not a math major, but I believe he was a little too close on that. Not the tallest wall here from the Eagles. Both Alvarez and Echeverse about 5'7". This one going to be sent out wide by the Eagles. There'll be a goal kick coming up. Retzsteiner will set this one up. He has the leg to send this one. He'll send that defense up the field. Under 5 minutes left in this first half. Eagles looking to just get this one out of the defensive end. Retzsteiner sending it way up there. Morales keeping it in. Gasser back to him. Morales will slow it down to Alvarez. Takes too hard of a touch. Keeps it in. It's Eagles midfield. This communication out there will find its way to Goslin.
Something we don't see a lot from this Eagles team. Passing left, but the guy going right instead.
Offense moves so fast out there. It can be difficult sometimes for them to kind of be on the same page, especially early in the season. Castellanos makes a short pass to Echeverse. Echeverse looking to send this one back in. Instead will choose to take the shot. Way too high on that one. That one went over the fence as well. Making these ball boys work out there.
And in the rain, they better get some free cookies or something, man.
They got some nice yellow rain jackets out there.
I know. I was looking at those. I went down to the bathroom, saw them duck jackets they got on.
I want to get myself a
That's what I'm saying. We need to get a athletics drop.
Randstrom picks that one off his back. I think he was trying to flick that on with his head. Alvarez somehow gets a toe on that one. This one sent up high. Contact in the middle. Echeverse will find Morales. Morales slowing this down to Infante. 3 minutes now left in this first half. Eagles running out of time. Will find Castellanos out on the wing, dropping it back to Jopez. Jopez takes just too long of a touch, keeps a hold of it. He'll slide it back, trying to make his way past a defender. Second ball won by Alvarez. He'll find Jopez again. Trying to cut his way inside. Some hand fighting out there. Will be cleared out for a corner kick. Chance here for the Eagles. Have done well on these plays this season.
That's one of those plays where I think if Jopez wasn't pushing back as much as he was, he could have drawn something else like a penalty or even a more dangerous free kick opportunity. But we've seen it before. This ref ain't going to call fouls on pushbacks.
This one sent high over the top. Eagles trying to run a different corner kick play on that one. It didn't work. Morales will try to keep that one in. Will go just wide. Penny telling to Molina get back. Under 2 minutes left. This isn't the time you want to allow a goal. Eagles have struggled with that a little bit this season, allowing the late half goals inside of that kind of final minute. Saw it versus Emerson, that tying goal. Scored with only 20 seconds left on the clock. It's one of those ones, though, early in the season, Eagles learned their lesson. I don't think we'll see that again this season.
Another thing that can be tied to is height. This Eagles team, as talented and as quick they are, they're kind of small. So on those corners and set pieces, they're going to lose that height advantage when the defenders come running down, like the Hunter Smiths of the world out there.
Especially with Shumway out of the game.
Exactly.
For the Eagles. Shumway, I believe, around 6 foot. Has that height. A lot of hop with him as well. Minute left here. This one sent over the top. Eagles putting everything left in the tank on the sideline. Gasser gets dragged down right in front of the Thomas bench.
And going back to that height thing, they've tried to combat that with putting Miles Bryant late into those games to try to provide that height. Tall guy off the bench. He's around 6'2". The problem is with that means you're going to have to sub off the Etchevers, the Dubahalls, or the Pedro Molinas of the world.
20 seconds left on the clock here. Eagles send in a lot of players. This one sent middle, sends it right back. There's some issues out here. Clock's going to run out. Referees will just end the game. Or end the half, that is.
That was a quick game.
University 1, Thomas College 0.
Miscommunication on that one. The Eagles wanting the corner kick. That one got sent in. Whistle got blown, and then that final 10 seconds just kind of got run off.
I'm not even really sure what happened there. That's something we'll have to talk about in the dining hall. Dining hall conversation that we'll save for later with this Huston Eagles team.
We will go to break here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. I'm Avery Henningsen alongside Caden Trenowith. Don't go anywhere. Whole another half of soccer yet to play. back here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. I'm Avery Henningsted alongside Aiden Trenowith. And right now, the Eagles lead this one 1-0 over the Thomas College Terriers. We'll start off with the ball here, moving it right to left now. Full darkness now. Everything's under the lights. And the Eagles will take this one away in the midfield. The Eagles coming back out. Same 11 starters. We'll see what Coach Penny does here in the second half. Usually see a few more substitutions later on in games. Masamango is going to give this one away in the midfield. Joseph takes it from deep. Sent sky high here by Molina. And Infante is going to eventually win. Ball off the second bounce. Thomas here in the midfield. Steiner will fall on that one, though. Dangerous opportunity there early for Thomas.
I think Schneider is a little lucky. Huston was the one to come down with that ball when it got lost up in that light. Saw him trying to shade his eyes, trying to find it. Lights are a little bit difficult to see a white ball in.
We saw a pretty physical game as this one sent over the top. Steiner coming in to clean it up. We saw a physical game in the first half. That referee kind of cleaned that up a little bit, talked to the teams, kind of calmed down a little bit. There's definitely some stuff boiling out there between these two. Obviously, conference rivals see each other 2 or 3 times every season. There's a lot of kind of like old blood there that kind of come in as a Husson players don't like Thomas players, and Thomas players don't like Husson players out there.
Especially with how much both teams returned. I mean, Husson did lose a lot, but they returned most of that core that was playing last year. And then same with Thomas. Thomas didn't lose a whole lot, but they retained most of that goal scoring, goal contributing core. You remember faces, remember attitudes, remember the shoving, remember the numbers.
These two teams, obviously, I've always found it playing soccer back in my day that it might be a guy you don't like on the other team. If they were your teammate, they'd be your best friend out there. But on the field, not necessarily your favorite.
Sure, a lot of people think of that of Pedro Molina, someone who can get under your skin. And there's also a threat all around the field. Can't get past him, he gets past you. Keeps going on that counterattack.
Castellanos will just try to send this one towards the middle. No one home for the Eagles. Gasser and Jopez over on the far side of the field. Gasser, the goal scorer for the Eagles. Alvarez is going to send this one up towards Echeverse. And referee called a foul on Masamango. Lopez standing right there. And Thomas here trying to push this one up the field, taken away by Molina. That's what you're talking about right there. He just kind of comes out of nowhere. Be on your back foot in a matter of seconds. He's a very physical player out there. Not the tallest guy, but kind of a tank. Very solid, stocky player out there. This one's going to be sent back to him. Castellanos, no one within 20 yards of him out here on this far sideline.
A rare goalkeeper mistake there by Steiner. Not an accurate pass, and now Thomas will have a dangerous throw-in.
Steiner usually excellent with his feet. That one gets away from him just a little bit. There's that pressure from Thomas, though. A lot easier to make that pass when there's no one around you. When you got an offensive player like Joseph streaking right towards you, can lead to turnovers. And a little move there from Castellanos puts a Thomas player on skates. Castellanos goes down. Gasser with the ball in the box here. Alvarez takes a shot. Saved by Gosselin as Alvarez gets the knee over the ball and gets an excellent shot on goal there. Castellanos slow to get up. I think he got hit after making that pass.
He was hit from behind. It was play advantage, which was a good play advantage. Huston almost got a goal out of it. Instead of stopping the play, stopping the counter for the free kick.
And Rechsteiner makes a mistake here. Joseph with it. There's a foul. Rechsteiner dragged a player down.
That could be a red.
It will be a red card to Rechsteiner. And we'll see if this will be a penalty kick or shot from just outside the box here.
Huston's got young backups. Interested to see which one it's going to be. Should be between Bermudez and Echeverse.
A red card has been
Not
issued to
Echeverse.
Huston's Alex
Galoni.
In the game that Alex missed, Bermudez played in that one, but I just heard coaches yell to Galoni out there. Rechsteiner is going to exit the field. We'll see who comes off for him. The Eagles are going to have to substitute a different player in. That's one of those plays that got away from Echeverse. Or got away from Rechsteiner, that is. Joseph wide open on goal.
Which we said how rare that was and immediately backed it up with doing it again.
And Rechsteiner forced there to make the decision between kind of allowing a goal or taking the player down.
But now the dangerous
the red card.
decision. We're going to have to make a decision here on not only goalkeeper, but then who's going to come off?
I would think it would probably be someone more on the offensive side. The Eagles leading this game. I don't want to take defensive players off right now.
It is Galoni.
I think it will be Echeverse potentially coming out for the Eagles. It'll be Castellanos actually who's going to come out. Lopez will push back to that wing position. Eagles will run a one-striker formation, I would think.
This is going to put a lot on Lopez. He's mostly
Substitution for the Eagles now in net.
just used to running
Number 13,
around,
Carlos Galoni.
creating opportunities for himself up at that striker position. Now he's going to have to get back on defense.
It's hard for Castellanos. Has been playing great out there. Being forced to sub out of the field because of the red card. The ball's going to get set up 2 yards outside that 18 line, so it'll be a probably direct shot here going right at goal. Dead center of the net. Galoni probably going to be forced to make a save here just seconds into entering the game. And Galoni had come in late in first game of the season for the Eagles. He allowed 1 goal in that one on 5 shots. That one goal that was forced was a 1v1 with him where the Eagles defense broke down. He got chipped over him. Looks like Abdi or Joseph here with a chance to put one on goal, eventually get one into the back of the net for Thomas. And Abdi will take the shot low off the wall, saved by the Eagles, looking to clear this one. Sent back in, but out for a goal kick. The Eagles will be able to reset. But regardless, down to 10 men in this one. The 10v11. The remainder of this one, barring obviously another ejection out there.
That is not at all what you want to see from your player on a free kick. When a new goalkeeper's in conditions like this, to not even test them. I'm sure even Galoni wanted to be tested on that.
And I really think the first kind of 5-10 minutes is some of the most important minutes right after receiving a red card, because it takes a while for a team to readjust to missing a player out there. Right now, the Eagles might look like, just looking at the field, they got everybody's pushed over this side. Right now, that whole left side of the field, there's no one over there. That's right where the Eagles took a player from to replace Castellanos, who got subbed out for Retzsteiner. The Eagles are going to be just missing someone somewhere at all times, kind of thing.
Which is really interesting, and that comes to coach's experience. What are we going to do? I'm sure all the coaches are down there talking, what are we going to do here? They could either go full defense, stack the box, just try to hold up the clock with a lone striker holding everybody up, or are you just going to keep to your game plan, keep attacking, even though you know you're going to be down a man somewhere on the field?
And for Thomas now, obviously still down the goal, have the chance to be a little bit more aggressive out there. There's one less guy to cover, which means you have one more guy to kind of push up the field and try to get up there. And obviously, also the loss of Retzsteiner, big for the Eagles. He only played well in his one appearance with the Eagles. He replaced Bermudez out there, who, remember, hit his head pretty hard on the goalpost in the first game of the season. This one passed in. This one shot low, saved. Good job there from Galoni already.
You like to see that out of the gate from him. First shot, it's a hard one. Move to his right, did a great job.
Saw right there, Eagles missing that one defender. Guy wide open right in the middle of the field. You got to kind of leave. There's going to be someone open on every play, and it just kind of relies on your defense and your goalkeeping out there. This one sent low. It's going to make its way past a couple players and find its way into the back of the net as Thomas scores just minutes after the Eagles go down to 10 men.
Ben Shumway is going to make an entrance. The Eagles are going to go full defense, which is interesting now because now they're tied.
Shumway might go out there just to kind of give that veteran
Smith.
defensive presence out there. This is when you need that guy who's played a lot of soccer. He's played in games where the Eagles are only at 10 players.
Substitution
The Eagles
for
have had
Huston
red
in
cards
the
in
game,
the
number
past.
20, Ben Shumway.
Shumway will come in, and that was Mickey Woodrow who got on the end of that one. Bounced around a little bit. I don't think Galoni could even see him out there.
So Jopez came off. Shumway moving back to defense. Duhal is going to play more of this winger role.
Which is what we saw him play in the first game of the season before Shumway got hurt. And the Eagles were at this same starting group out there in Shumway, Molina, and Infante along the back line. Duhal kind of played more of the winger position, sort of where Castellanos was earlier in this game. Molina's going to take this one away. The Eagles now are going to have an uphill battle. Thomas has a lot of momentum right now. And obviously the extra player. This one sent middle, dangerous, cleared by Shumway.
We're going to see that possession flip completely. Husson owned the possession battle in that first half, but I mean, now you're down to 10 men. You can't be as aggressive. You can't. There's a lot of things that this Husson team does that they can't do anymore.
And it's hard. In the midfield, sometimes you might be used to having 3 different options all the way around the field. Now that's cut down to 2. The Eagles are going to be having to play some excellent midfield play. Counterattacking will be big in this one. You're going to have to make, you're not going to really be able to build up the field out there as Molina off to the races, but cleared away here by Husson. The dangerous one, Molina had moved upfield, giving away the turnover.
We sound really pessimistic right now, but there has been instances where teams who did get red carded down to 10 men have really shown up. In recent memory, in the European stage, Liverpool went down with a red card early, went down 1-0. They ended up winning 2-1 with 10 men.
Sometimes teams can get more aggressive out there because they have one more player, and that can lead to defensive breakdowns. The Eagles right now are going to have to try to have that uphill battle. Galoni's
Oh, no, Galoni went down.
as Galoni went down to the ground there, managed to get up, limp back into goal. I'm not sure if the Eagles.
I think Bermudez has been cleared. It's going to be an interesting scenario. Last time we saw him, he got a concussion.
Garrett Jordan, the only other goalkeeper, has no appearances for the Eagles. Bermudez couldn't play out there.
Bermudez is getting a jersey on.
Galoni goes down. Referee will stop it here. Eagles
Well,
are gonna
this
have
has
to
been
make-
a very interesting second half so far.
We'll see who the Eagles bring in here. It looks like Bermudez putting on blue and white goalkeeper uniforms. Bermudez is going to enter the game for the Eagles. He started the first game of the season for them at versus Wentworth. Played 48 minutes in that one, allowed 1 goal and made 3 saves before going down with an injury. Scary, he was falling backwards trying to get the one over the back of his head. Hit the back of his head on the goalpost. This will be a big situation for him here. Trying to go in, tie game right now. Retzsteiner will also probably miss the next Eagles game as well. If Galoni not good to go, Bermudez be one of 2 goalkeepers on the active roster.
Yeah, I haven't even thought about that. Retzsteiner with a red card. That's more than likely a game suspension. Galoni isn't looking, hasn't really moved out there. Looks like he blew out his knee on that little kick. Looked like a knee injury.
These 2 teams going back out there. Bermudez warming up down below us here. Wouldn't be surprised if Galoni told, let's take an extra second here, let Bermudez get warmed up down on the sideline. Let him take his time. And Galoni helped to his feet out on the far corner. Walk off under his own power. Good sign for him out there. Some Thomas players coming over to give him a high five.
Keeper change for
And
the Eagles.
Bermudez will enter, and the Eagles now having to make 2 keeper changes over the course of about 10 minutes. Not what you want to see out there on the field. Bermudez did look strong in net. No, I heard Coach Matt Goodman, goalkeeper coach for the Eagles, that all 3 of these Eagles freshman goalkeepers, they're not quite Retzsteiner's level of play in the field, but as in net, they're all very excellent players and almost equal to him out there, rather than being a B option or more kind of that 1A position. This will be a foul called on Mora, who entered that game right around the whole confusion that was going on. This one sent high, back post. Galoni being forced to punch one out within seconds. Both the Eagles goalkeepers who came in this one being challenged early on. And Gasser finds Mora in the middle. Mora will take it away here. Mora with running room in front of him. He gets pushed aside by Fonseca. Shumway's just going to chest this one out to Dubahal. If the Eagles could get one on the goal one on the board, that is. While down a man, that would be huge. I think at this point, they're more playing for a counterattack and/or happy down 10 men or down one player. I think they'd also be happy to keep this one knotted up. It'll be an uphill match for these players out there. The Eagles will probably keep subs moving in and out there. The other thing that doesn't get talked a lot about when you're down to kind of 10 men is that you're running for one extra player out there. There's one guy who's not marking his man because he's just not even there, and it forces you to kind of run. You saw it in the Women's NAC Championship. The Eagles went down to 10 players and didn't really recover from that. Coach Moen's not really liking to sub a whole lot. Those players out there got tired towards the end of that one.
Which was actually going to be my next question, if Gavin Penny utilizes his subs, because, I mean, all these players are going to be gassed by the end of this game, trying to recover for that one guy.
The Eagles don't have a game until Saturday. So Penny does obviously kind of have the go-ahead to not run these guys into the ground, but more just these guys have 4 or 5 days to recover out there. I'd be surprised if we see more substitutions, but not that crazy amount. This is a non-conference game, but it's against Thomas College. This is a game that Coach Penny doesn't want to lose out there, despite it being not really worth anything towards that end of the season standings in the NAC Conference. This one sent out to Infante. Shumway's going to pass this up to Gasser. Gasser with room around him. Finds Dubahal. He'll take one too many touches and lose it to Rockwood. Send one up. Shumway passes to Mora in the middle. Mora's kind of the prototypical midfielder, it seems, for the Eagles. Fast, technical, excellent passer, probably from Spain, who plays out there for them. Done a good job recruiting in the recent years. Very strong international recruitment classes for the Eagles. Shumway, I think, thinking Mora was going left. Misread that one slightly, and you see here, Thomas was just one more player than the Eagles in the counterattack. And Fonseca here have short free kick over towards right back position. One goes off Bobby. This one knocked around, 1v1 and goal for Thomas. As a player gets in behind the Husson defense. And the Thomas team mobbing him over there. As that was a 1v1 with Bermudez. Got in behind. One player left unmarked. And the second goal for Thomas here.
Thomas College goals scored by
For
number 8,
fairly
Steve
short
Woodrow.
duration.
Assisted on the play by number 10, Joshua Joseph.
I believe that was Woodrow yet again, getting on the end of it for Thomas. Woodrow had 3 goals his freshman season. Now up to 2 for this team on the year. Both goals scored so far by Thomas kind of coming, stemming from missing that player. They just have too many players on offense. The Eagles defense to kind of guard out there. You just keep seeing it. Players are being left wide open. Eagles kind of moving to more of a zone defense, trying to cover the spaces rather than a player v player. You don't have enough players to cover player v player out there. Mora finds Molina. Nice little heel ball towards Gasser. Stays on sides. counterattack opportunity here as Molina just manages to not quite get on the end of that.
I feel like those rushes from Molina are a little bit more dangerous now that you're missing that player.
That's a Mongo towards Shumway. Eagles down now, though. They kind of got to go for those plays. This one, not sure if that was off of a Thomas player or off of an Eagles player. Dangerous ball, though, from Shumway. He'll step to this one, and that's that veteran presence I talked about. This one sent Gasser, just missing that player in the midfield, taken away by Alvarez. Shumway upfield, though. Too far away to get up there. Joseph turning on the speed, trying to make his way through. Saved. Bounces right back to him. Will take a shot off the crossbar as Joseph almost puts one bar down on that one.
That was an absolute rifle. He did a great job getting that much shot power with that little space and time to shoot it.
Morales finds Alvarez on the far side. Alvarez trying to send one over the top now to Gasser. Gasser's going to get a foot on it. Will bounce its way back out. Foot race to it between Dubahal and a Thomas defender. It'll be Eagles throwing here. Eagles putting on pressure here in this last minute or two. It's also allowed opportunities, though, for Thomas. This one sent out to Gasser. Gasser finds Mora. Mora trying to just slide one across. No one home for the Eagles. This one sent middle. Fonte gets there first. Shumway will win the second ball back in. As Gasser will send one off of player's face. It's Fonseca already wearing the face mask out there. Probably not a player who wants to get hit in the face. Imagine probably a broken nose or something from the past. Even if he didn't do any re-damage, that still hurts to kind of, you have that plastic mask across your face. It hurts to get that just imprinted forcefully right into your face. Gets back up to his feet. He's going to have to come out, though.
Do you remember that Emerson game me and you called when the goalkeeper, I don't know who it was, but he pulled down, I don't remember who it was, but he pulled him down and it was only a yellow card?
Yeah, very similar one as to what we saw with Rettsteiner.
I've been contemplating that for a while. If some argument was made within the last
Well,
2
I
weeks.
remember that play being a very kind of 50-50 call. I have a friend who works as a referee in this same college Maine system. And I know talking to him, he talked about just looking at that call. It's one of those ones that it can really go either way. That one was about 30 seconds into the game. That's a really hard one. It's hard to call a red card on a goalkeeper 30 seconds into a game. This one, much later in the game, there had already been some contact out there between the two teams. Talked about it at halftime, I think, that no cards have been played. It had been getting a little chippy. This one sent over the top. But I feel like a different situation, different referees, two different guys seeing it slightly different. A lot of variables in both situations. And Gasser goes down in the box. They won't call the foul there as a golden opportunity for the Eagles.
Substitution for Thomas.
There'll be a couple subs coming in for the Eagles. Dubahal and Alvarez will exit
For Huston, number 15,
for
Hugo Jopez, and number 2, Marco
for
Charlotte.
Jopez and Charlotte. Najim will exit for Thomas, as well as Coventry. This one played short. Eagles putting some pressure on it. I wouldn't doubt that they're going to just kind of keep these offensive players cycling out there, just telling them to just dog that back defensive line. All you need to do is kind of get one little takeaway that leads to a goal chance. And that's all it takes to kind of flip this one back on its head. Duval cuts back inside, finds Jopez, who finds Mora out there. Mora fits one into Dubahal. This one sent back in. No one there for the Eagles. You can see right there, just missing that player. A couple crosses now. Striker down in the right corner, tries to send it back in the middle, but there's no second striker out there to kind of be on the end of it. Jopez will send one short, and it will go off the inside part of the net. Thomas on the flip side will also be trying to kind of do the exact same thing. Just keep players cycling in and out, push this Husson back line, try to wear them down. Fonte will send this back to Bermudez. Bermudez tries to make a move around. He'll pinch to clear it. Dangerous chance there for Thomas, though.
He's been hanging out with Alex Rechsteiner too much.
Taken by Mora in the midfield here. Eagles with runners. Mora sends one just a little too far, though. Coach Penny trying to help Mora keep sending this one out wide rather than try to send one over the top. You don't have the players up there for that. Mora making some moves in the middle. Asamonga will slip on the wet grass. And Joseph here in a foot race with Infante. Infante will win that one, though. Joseph, the speedy guy up there. And Infante holding stride for stride with him. And should clear that wide for Thomas Rowan, I believe.
And number 19, Trey Burgess.
We'll see what gets done here on this throw-in. Thomas have a play to get one deep in there. They'll take it short and then send one in over the top of everybody. Bermudez will come and clean that one up. Player had been on that back post. Dangerous ball in. Bermudez will roll it short. Read well by Thomas. A good job from Infante to just clear this one out wide to Shumway. Dubahal sends this over towards Jopez. He tries to send one in. It will be a corner kick opportunity for the Eagles.
Dubahal has been doing a great job. Thrown into a position change.
And who's staying back right now for the Eagles? Kind of sent everybody up left. Woodrow, two-time goal scorer, all alone. Asamongo's going to drop back to cover that. That's kind of that missing player out there. This one sent in. Shumway gets ahead on it, just wide. Husson players calling for the handball. It will be off of a Thomas player. There'll be another corner kick coming up. These are the types of plays that Eagles need to capitalize on. You can get your players up there and still have enough time to get them back. Might try to find Shumway or Molina on these type of ones.
They also got Morales right there as a cleanup guy, or if the counterattack comes quick. There he is right now. He's pretty fast. He'd be able to clean it up if a fast counterattack happens.
Mora tries to find Morales. Morales working his way through will take just too hard of a touch on that one. He'll go wide. Eagles miss the opportunity, but still doing good to put pressure on this Thomas team. This one sent out wide. Eagles offense looking to put pressure on. This one passed Shumway, Infante getting over there. Shumway, or Infante that is, putting on some speed out there on the defensive side of the ball.
That's a great play from Infante. Some of the defenders were still coming back. It was basically a 3v1. Infante won it all.
This one down in the corner. Asamongo will take it away, try to clear it, finds its way to Zudivert. He'll be out for a throw-in, though. And Thomas thinks it's theirs, but the Eagles will take the throw-in. Moore working through the defense. Masamongo sending one across to Molina, that is. This one cleared way up the field by Thomas. Eagles will have a throw-in. Take it quickly, find Masamongo. Shumway finds Moore in the middle, tries to send one up towards Dubahal. Lopez trying to get there first. That's one if that's just a foot or two to the right. A little bit better chance at it. And Molina caught behind the play, but he's going to make the defense somehow. He's going to make his way through. Chooses not to send it out wide, trying to go up the middle. Finds Mora. Mora, one or two players to beat, goes out wide to Dubahal. Dubahal's going to go middle. Going to get this one pushed wide by Thomas. Lopez will take a shot off of a defender. Zudivert tries to send one over the top.
Husson has seemed to settle into the 10-player role. The only thing to be concerned about right now is endurance. You got players running around all over the place out there. Pedro Molina has been up and down the field multiple times these last 10 minutes. Infante, full sprint to recover.
This is one of those ones where, as a Husson player, you're glad that this is a night game after kind of a cooler day out there. If this was a Saturday day game, 80 degrees out there, you wouldn't be seeing them running around quite as well as they are. So Mongo finds Mora in the middle. Mora will send it out wide to Lopez. Lopez making some moves to taken away by Zudivert. Good defense there from him. As Shumway steps in front. That's a great tackle out there defensively. The Eagles right back on the counterattack. Lopez will find Mora. Mora looking to get one over. This one will trickle wide and out for a Husson throw-in. This one sent middle to Lopez. As they'll actually call this one back, and it'll be a Thomas throw-in.
I think they're saying Duval across the line.
Substitution for Thomas into the game, number 27, Shane Robinson.
Can you imagine what was going through Bermudez's head when he was told to enter the game 5 minutes after seeing his counterpart enter the game and 10 minutes after seeing two guys up the depth chart get red carded?
That's Granstrom out there getting stretched out. Eagles call for the clock to be stopped. Only 16 minutes left on that one. You don't want to be wasting time, kind of. This is the chance here for Thomas. They're going to try to just kind of keep this one moving around a little bit. Like you said, hard situation for Bermudez to come in there. Dubahal trying to take that one on his off foot. Couldn't quite get around on it, but the freshman goalkeeper coming in, big situation. Obviously tie game. The goal he let up, a 1v1 with him. That's a difficult one as a goalkeeper.
Not only that, first game back from the injury.
And this one cleared out wide by Mora. Eagles calling for the handball. I don't think they want it, as Jopez, room in front of him, will get it taken away. Cleared up the middle. Good second touch there from Thomas. Shumway trying to send one back to Dubahal. He's going to send one middle to Shalate. You get dragged down, no call. Thomas now counterattack opportunity. Molina had pushed up the field, only 2 defenders back. But Shumway there to close the door. Molina will have it now. And find Shalate in the middle. Make his way through a player. Eagles calling for a card. They will get it. That was Shane Robinson who kind of kicked that right after the foul, kicked that one way down the field.
I think kicked is putting it lightly. He booted that thing all the way down there to the corner flag.
Dubahal with it now on the wing. Eagles taking it quick. Ball in. Players around. This one kicked around. Eagles calling for the handball. They will get it. And it's going to be a penalty kick for the Eagles. And Alvarez out there on the field still. Most likely the PK taker for them.
Masamongo did take one against Bowden that he missed.
I think 26. Cole Washburn might have been called for that one. One of those difficult plays as a defender. Probably just got kicked up straight into his hand. Thomas here still arguing the call. Players all around. Alvarez not on the field, actually. It'll be Morales who's going to take this one. Coach Fletcher arguing for the play that set up that handball. The Eagles took it quickly. Referee blew the whistle right after the fact.
I think you saw the Huston players arguing a card there too.
And Morales here, big situation. Saved by the goalkeeper, bounces right back to him, and Morales stays calm, cool, and collected and buries that one home for the Eagles. And they've tied this one back up. Down a man.
Huston goal scored by
Getting
number 22,
on the field.
Miguel Morales.
Nice job from Morales right there. That's a difficult one. Right after you miss that kind of penalty kick, that's a letdown moment. Kept his head in it, made the calm play, was at kind of knee level, was able to keep his foot over the ball and bury that one home. He'll exit the field for Morato. Smile beaming on his face out there. He'll get high fives from his teammates. Joseph re-entering the game.
There is never a dull moment with this team, is there? I feel like every time we commentate a game, there's always something new that I see or something that we don't normally see in soccer that I just happen to see with this team.
Out of all the Husson sports I've called, which is all of them at this point, I think men's soccer is definitely my favorite to watch out of all of them. As this one in the middle here, Eagles looking to have momentum. That was Morato who took Morales out. Morato, a very talented midfielder for them, fast. Has missed his first start of the season. Masamongo loses in the middle, finds Joseph, who's wide open. He's going to recover, try to slow this one down. Shumway gets in front of it. And that one cleared wide by the Eagles as Morato gets dragged down.
I think that's a make-up call for the missed call on Joseph down there.
There will be no card awarded on that one. This one sent out wide, way too far for Dubahall. 13 minutes left on the clock. Mongo's going to step to this one, find Molina, get some hard contact, calling for the handball. Won't get it, will get the ball back. Shalante with it, makes a move around a player. This ball into Mora, but just too far in front of him. And scooped up by the goalkeeper.
That was a great ball, great play by this Husson team. Seemed to be getting their confidence back, even missing that man.
This one sent over the top. Shumway with it. Send it back to Bermudez. He finds Shumway. Shumway with pressure. Will find Mora. Dubahall with it now. Sends one up towards Jopez, player on his left. Will make a move past him. Gets shoved in the back by Smith. Trying to move around him. Will make the turn past and lose the second one as this one's cleared. Still a war fought and won by Jopez, I think. They'll call this a Thomas throw-in. Must have taken a nick off of Jopez's foot. Thomas now, you can't really take your time on these. It's a tie game. Thomas doesn't want to lose this one. This one sent middle. Eagles calling for another handball out there. We'll get the throw in though, trying to take it while Thomas is arguing the call still. Jopez gets fouled out there.
They're going to play this one like a corner.
Some hand fighting out there. Jopez still a little bit feisty. Masamongo comes in to calm him down.
They got to send someone back, though. They don't have anyone guarding at least Joseph right now.
Morato and Mora will play that duty. Latte sends one in, cleared out by Zudavart. The Mora who will get on the end of it, makes a move around a player, looking to send one back in. Will take a shot low, wide of the goal. He was trying to get one bouncing in there, get one off of the goalkeeper. Fonte, Shumway, and Molina will make their way back. Woodrow coming out onto the field now.
Substitution for Thomas into the game, number 8, Mickey Woodrow.
Woodrow scoring both the goals for Thomas in this one.
Now they got that dangerous striker player pair of Woodrow and Joseph out there to just wreak havoc on this 10-man Husson team.
Molina way up there. Going to get one to Shinlate. Makes his way through a couple players, runs through a guy. Dubahall with it, trying to make his way across. You'll find Morato. Morato trying to make a move around a guy, gets knocked down. Will keep a hold of it, sending a ball low, knocked wide. Grandstorm with it now, trying to make his way up the field. Key tackle there, potentially. Definitely a key tackle from Masamongo. He slows down the counterattack, and the Eagles will win the throw-in. Morato will take this one short back to Molina. Dangerous little ball up high. Masamongo trying to make his way around. Under 10 minutes now left in this one. By Morato. Morato, Molina, and Mora, high school teammates back in Spain, traveled stateside together. A little multi-year connection out there as Morato finds Mora in the middle. This one will be lost, but picked up by Molina. He's going to find Shumway. Shumway out to Dubahall. Dubahall finds Jopez, trying to send a heel ball back. This one's going to roll out for a goal kick. Dubahall trying to get a little bit sneaky out there. Didn't work. They'll take this one quickly. Fonseca sending one sky high. Infante there first. We'll find Dubahall. He finds Mora. Mora's going to have to take this one himself. He'll send one all the way back to Infante. Not a whole lot of pressure from Thomas offensively. Chalante trying to send one up towards Jopez a little too far. As Goslin will scoop that one up.
It's an unbelievable throw. You do not see that from a goalkeeper a lot.
And good passing, but Molina will come, or not Molina, Masamongo who comes in and cleans that one up. Shumway fighting a war out there with Joseph. 1v1 down in the corner between those two. And Husson players trying to come in and help. They will manage to do the job. As Dubahal with it, full head of steam, gets dragged down. He's going to go down hard on that one. I think he got hit pretty hard by Grandstrom. No card. Clock hasn't stopped out there. It's still ticking down. As Mora will take the kick here. Latte moving up. This one taken quickly. Just Shumway and Joseph defensively for the Eagles. Samongo back out to Infante. Infante is going to lose this one, finding Joseph. Joseph, second ball, Shinlate getting back. He'll make his way past. And save from Bermudez, coming in and sliding. And Infante will knock a player down. And what a save from the freshman goalkeeper. But second chance here, saved a second time by Bermudez. And the Eagles get out there. That just gave me flashbacks of the men's World Cup between Argentina and France. Remember, there was that late goalkeeper save out there. The kick save. I'm blanking on the Argentina goalkeeper's name for some reason right now.
Bermudez doing a great job just making his body as wide as possible.
Mora gets shoved about 5 yards away, but no call. Second pass to Hobby out there, trying to make his way past Masamongo. Masamongo will edge him out, and it will be goal kick for the Eagles.
It's a Tuesday night, and my heart is pounding over a men's soccer game right now.
It'll be 5:45 and counting on the clock here for the Eagles and Thomas.
A non-conference soccer game at that.
It's going to be sent wide by Zudavart. Dubahal throwing here, trying to get one in play. Sends one back to Shumway. Finds Bermudez. Will be an Eagles throw-in. Martinez, that's the name I was trying to think of out there. Bermudez coming in clutch for the Eagles, makes a big kick save, 1v1. This one sent in quickly by Thomas. That will be out for a Husson throw, though. Under 5 minutes now on the clock.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Avery, but I feel like most teams in this situation are happy to leave here with the tie. But this Husson team just seems like they want this game so bad right now.
Latte's going to send one out wide to Shumway. I think the Eagles still, they had that game against Emerson that they played very, very well in, and then had a late goal be the equalizer. We'll see what the call is here. Clock hasn't stopped. 4 minutes and counting. Mongo showing some hops down here on the near side.
Some refs you see stop the clock often. This ref hasn't really stopped it for much.
Dubahal making a nice step to win this one. Trying to get around. Tries to find Mora. Cleared by Smith up top towards Joseph. Infante wins it. Asamongo has Molina wide open. 3:45. Finds Lopez. Lopez will take a shot hard. Molina's going to try to track this one down. Mora going middle. Be a foul called. The Eagles' possession here. See if Chamberlain gets in here for the Eagles.
I feel like that's a tough call right there. I feel like Huston had a good opportunity. I think there's Shalante running down the wing down there. I feel like they had a good shot to create something.
Eagles taking their time with this free kick. Don't have a lot of it left. Under 3 minutes now on the clock. Mate's going to send one over the top. This one too high. Trying to float that in right to the goalkeeper. Chamberlain's going to come in for Dubahal. Dubahal's been out there this whole game.
He's been getting beaten up on too.
Dubahal trying to bring in Chamberlain. Speedy guy, scrappy player. Has that chance to try to take one away and get something to happen for the Eagles. He almost gets a chance right there. This one sent back middle. Chamberlain also a good defensive player for the Eagles. Shumway leaving Joseph open behind him. As this one taken away by the Eagles. Be out for a Husson throw-in. Infante with it here. He's going to send one way up there, trying to find Jopez, cleared by Fonseca. Late is going to get the second one. And Molina, who's been kind of told to move up the field here late. Shumway almost loses it to Joseph. And Chamberlain gets to the second one, gets knocked down. No foul call on that one. And this one sent middle. Duvart given the time to send this one towards the far side. Missed header there. Morato with it. Finds Molina. Molina sends one to Mora off of a defender's foot. And that will be out for an Eagles throw-in.
A minute left. Really interested to see how they take this corner. They are still going to send two back.
They will stop the clock here as Fonseca is going to go down. Get stretched out. Seen this before from this Thomas team. Obviously, his defenders have been out here this whole game. Calling in trainer here. Looks like they're going to bring Bryant in here. Bryant, tallest player on the Eagles team. 6'2", header threat, corner kick opportunity.
We mentioned it earlier. Looks like that's what they're going to try to do.
Substitutions into the game for Thomas, number 34.
Dave Lewis, a freshman, will go in up top as well.
Into the game for Huston, number 34, Alex
Thomas
Bryant.
players seeming to be dealing with some cramps out there. Thomas trying to bring in 3 or 4 players here. Not sure if they're going to get the chance. They won't. This one over the top, just over Shumway's head. Great corner kick from Mora. Will send a second one back in. Falls to Jopez's feet. Shot Bryant. This one sent out wide to Infante. Going to get a ball towards Jopez. Make a pass middle and slip. This one sent up the line. Chamberlain trying to get there first. Will get a hold of it. And some aggressive fighting down the line. It'll be Eagles throw-in.
Great job by Chamberlain.
It'll be a free kick, actually. Chamberlain looking to take this one fast. We'll send one up towards the middle. Asamongo's going to send one up towards the middle.
Alex Bryant playing midfield now. Winning for Shalante. More of a defender.
They really put him in there, I think, for that corner kick specifically. As Morata goes over the top. Clock will blow, and this one will end in a tie. as these two teams go to battle out there on the field. What a game, Cade.
Your final today.
Speechless.
Eagles are back in
Huston did a
action
great
at
job,
home
never giving up. We talked about it at the start of the season. They lost a lot of players,
on Saturday, September
a lot of
30th,
seniors
when they host
who was going to
Vermont
lead
State
this
University,
team.
Linden.
But they did a
Van,
great,
please
great
drive home
job
safely.
pulling themselves out from a tough situation where many teams would just give up, going down 2-1 with 10 men on the field.
And a game and a half down there on the field. The comeback from the Eagles. Down a player, tie it back up. We won't see the Eagles on, or the men's team that is on the Husson Sports Network till the end of the month. The Eagles will play 5 straight away games through the middle part of September before they take on University of Linden later in the month, September 30th. Thomas will go to Maine Maritime this weekend to take on another conference rival out there. These two teams will go home. I think the Eagles probably happy with the result. Thomas, not so much out there. But for the Husson Eagles Sports Network, I've been Avery Henningsen alongside Caden Trenoweth. Have a good rest of your night.